Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash Season 5, as well as all the other Arrowverse shows, might I say, because, well, it's crossover talk. So as we should all know by now, Gotham City will be the focus and setting for the big 4-show crossover event hitting our screens towards the end of the year, with all of the Arrowverse shows of The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, and of course Supergirl participating. But with Gotham City comes the vigilantes that protect it, just like with Green Arrow with Star City, the Flash in Central City, Supergirl with National City, and Legends and the Timeline, I guess. So due to that, we are getting Batwoman in the crossover. Now, we obviously don't know if she is going to be in all 4 parts of the crossover. That is something we will find out later, or maybe not find out until we are actually, watching the crossover event. But we know she will be showing up in the crossover, that is for sure. But thanks to that #show.com, we actually have a character description for a character known as Angeline, currently who could, actually be Batwoman for the crossover. Now, for those currently typing away in the comments on their keyboards or touchpads or whatever you call them, Pagey, when Batwoman in the comics isn't called Angeline, what are you, a big idiot? Well, firstly, yes, I am. And secondly, these names like Angeline are used on characters who are usually comic book characters in order to hide the identities of what characters are showing up in various shows and what possible storylines a show could be using. That makes sense? Okay, awesome. Let's continue. But yeah, as I was saying, the character is being called Angeline currently, and this is the description of her character. Described as a diverse woman in her 30s, she is a fierce fighter despite her smaller stature. Not only is she experienced in stealth, Angeline is able to wipe out buildings filled with foes all by herself before she is gone like a ghost. It will be made very clear that Angeline thinks incredibly highly of her work. So yeah, if that description doesnn't scream that like bat-like vigilante, then I don't know what will. The thing that really grabbed my attention, and that I'm sure grabbed your attention in regards to the likelihood of this Angeline character ending up being Batwoman, was definitely the line in which it says Angeline is able to wipe out buildings filled with foes all by herself before she is gone like a ghost. That sounds exactly like a Bat family member, and definitely sounds like something we would see go down in the crossover event as almost like an introduction scene to Batwoman. That's what we would see. A big room or mob house or drug lab, something like that. And we just see guys or cronies, whatever you want to call them, picked off really quickly from the shadows. That sounds awesome to me. Now, the most interesting thing to me about this character description, and it actually goes back to my potential casting video from roughly around a week ago, is that Batwoman is described as a diverse woman in her 30s. Now, obviously, forget the 30s part, that wasn't really a focus, but the diverse part is. Now, obviously, we don't know the context of what diverse means with her, as it can mean a few different things, but for the sake of my argument and making it look like I'm a prophet or something, let's make it that she is culturally diverse. So in my video from around a week ago, I pointed out that it wouldn't surprise me if they picked a woman of color or from a minority background to play the character of Batwoman. Obviously, Batwoman stands out in regards to her look due to her skin and hair, but the CW, well, isn't the most accurate when it comes to picking their leads or big characters based off the looks from the comics. I mean, just look at Grant Gustin. He literally looks nothing like Barry Allen from the comics, but still makes a great Barry Allen and Flash on the show. Some actresses are picked from a non-Caucasian full background, including Lindsay Morgan, who is half Mexican, I think, and half British, Alexandra Shipp, and then Gina Rodriguez. So that is exactly what we could be seeing go down with the character and its casting in the next couple of months as they head into filming for the crossover. Now, for those that are wondering, they actually start filming the crossover around the time the shows start to air their new seasons. So that could be around the time we learn who is playing her, or if by, Comic-Con time in about a week, if they've already figured it all out by then we could know by then they might announce that, because we should get some Batwoman talk at Comic-Con, whether it's on the Arrow panel, the Flash panel, just in general, general talk with the various cast and crews. But we should know by then some more information about Batwoman, whether it's who's playing her, or just some general info, just in little teasers and stuff would be cool. Another interesting thing from the description was actually the last line in which it says, it will be made very clear that Angeline thinks incredibly highly of her work. Now, for me personally, as soon as I read this, I immediately thought to a possible scene in the crossover where Oliver would get annoyed with Batwoman's arrogance, or is it confidence, or is it just self-appraisal? I don't know. I guess you guys can be the judge of that. But Oliver, or Green Arrow, and his back and forth with Batwoman could be one of the better parts of the crossover. Also, we don't know at this stage whether Oliver knows of Batwoman's existence or not, or even if this is going to be on Earth 1 at all. They could just make it that this crossover takes place on Kara or Supergirl's Earth, where Gotham and Batman references are dropped, every now and then. But personally, that would be a bit lame. Supergirl's the only show on Earth 38. I think it makes sense to have it all on Earth 1. Like, let's introduce Gotham on Earth 1. I'm sure that's what most people want to see. Now, there are actually rumors that Batwoman is the only Bat-like hero on Earth 1. So there's no, Batman, there's no Batgirl, there's none of the Robins, no Nightwing, any of them. And that, Batwoman is the only one. So she's the only one in Gotham. She's the one that's like sort of like protecting it by herself. Now, personally, I don't like this rumor. As I said, it's a rumor. It's like through the grapevine. It's nothing confirmed. But if this was to happen, I don't think it'd be a positive one. Like, people would be triggered by this 100%. Like, there's going to be more triggered people than there would be, well, not triggered or untriggered. What's the correct term? Anyway, I personally really wouldn't care too much. Like, I'd be like, okay, that's a bit weird. Why would they go with that? But I wouldn't be like angry about it and keyboard warring on Twitter and stuff like that. It personally wouldn't annoy me too much. Like, are we ever really going to see Batman on the show? Probably not. It's very unlikely, if not highly unlikely. So it really wouldn't matter if they cancelled out Batman completely on this Earth and just make it that, Batwoman's the one going around. They could make it that maybe Batwoman is using, because in the comics, Batwoman is the cousin of Bruce Wayne. So they could make it that maybe she's getting money from Bruce Wayne to, going on her adventures as Batwoman. Who knows? But yeah, as I said, that's a rumor. We'll have to wait and see if that actually comes out and is true. Another rumor is that the crossover will actually have a smaller cast compared to previous events. Like, all the characters that you would expect to be there will be there. But in regards to like the main focus of the story and like a lot of the main action scenes, there will just be a focus on the main characters in the universe. So your Green Arrow, your Flash, your Supergirl, and like one or two from Legends along with Batwoman. Personally, I can see that happening just because the setting is Gotham City. Like, I don't know if you can bring all those heroes along with Batwoman and whatever else is in Gotham City together. And they also said that the crossover this season is a bit more grounded. So I don't know, you could have like all those superheroes there and it still be grounded. Like, I think the fact that Flash and Supergirl there sort of makes it ungrounded or not grounded and un-Arrow, because they said the crossover is sort of going to be more like Arrow's sort of feeling. But I think Flash and Supergirl there completely cancel that out because they're so overpowered. But we'll have to wait and see how they go about that. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if there is more of a focus on the main stars of the show and not having your side characters like your Cisco, your Iris, your Caitlins, your Felicities, your Diggles and stuff like that, and just focusing on the main core of the universe, if you want to call it. Now, the last thing I want to mention, because I didn't mention it earlier because I forgot, is that this description came from the character description drops from that #show.com is on the same thing. But this character sounds too big for Arrow on its own, and they might just be including it with Arrow. Obviously, Supergirl is going to be the first episode of the crossover by the sounds of it, but Arrow will be the second one. But they could change the schedule around where maybe Arrow opens the thing, so then it makes sense why this character is being casted through like the Arrow route, if you want to call it. But we'll have to wait and see. But I just wanted to make it clear that this was with the Arrow casting things, but it just sounds too big to be an Arrow character. It just sounds so much like Batwoman that you think it would have to be Batwoman. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like and it shows support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions. What do you think of the sound of this description? Does it sound cool to you? And just leave any of your thoughts on who you would want to play Batwoman and all of that. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.